great to have with us the head coach of a team we've talked about a lot, Mario Cristobal, head coach of the Oregon Ducks, join us. And, Coach, we appreciate your time on today. Always a busy day, we know. What's today been about for the Ducks so far?
Well, you know what? It's been another work day. Our guys are in full throttle mode in terms of the off-season program. We're hopeful, on one more prospect we're waiting on, but you know how that goes. Can't comment until it goes or doesn't. But we did so much work in the early signing period that we're focusing on 21 and 22 while we wait for a particular prospect.
Yeah, you guys have absolutely crushed it. We've talked about it a bunch. This program is rolling, Coach. With that being said, in an earlier segment, I was telling Guy how Coach Carroll back in the day would tell the current roster and show them about the players that he signed, and it was really fun. Now you don't necessarily always have to do that because of social media, but I'm curious, do you feel the current roster feel the impressive class that you just signed and the competitiveness get even more competitive at every position group?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, they were a huge reason why we signed this class. They are all heavily involved in the recruiting process because, let's call it what it is, guys. At the end of the day, prospects are going to talk to your players, and your players are going to tell them the truth. Well, our guys have a tremendous opportunity and privilege here, and they love being here. So just the way that they talk and conduct themselves within the program and outside of it, it's our best selling point, and our players did a great job in recruiting this particular cycle.
I know you've talked about them a lot, but if we could isolate two players that have been discussed a lot and for good reason, Justin Flo and Noah Sewell, that combination, just not to have them individually, but to have that combination in one recruiting class is obviously very impressive. When you look at those two guys, what is an expectation that you set for them?
Well, I think in that realm right there, I mean, Jackson LeDuc gets thrown in there also. These are as good of linebackers as you'll find in any recruiting cycle at any point in time. These guys are Sunday players. They're knockback tacklers. They're explosive. They're big. They're physical. They can run. They have high football IQs. They're relentless competitors. I mean, when you look at the caliber of athlete that's coming in here, not only on the second level, but our defensive linemen and the back end guys, along with the returning players that we have, you can't be but super excited about what the future holds for this defense.
Coach, if you can take us back, like we're watching Noah Sewell play linebacker on Pac-12 Networks right now. When you recruited his brother, like what's the home visit like? When you just see that family and you roll in there for a meal and you've got mom, dad, the family, the brothers, what's the visual?
Well, number one, it's the best family I've been around. They're just, they just define family. They're tight. Their values, their principles are through the roof. They are relentless in the way they compete with each other, high standards for everything that they do, and just a lot of love in that household. And to me, the success that Panay has had is what really speaks volumes. I mean, that's what really did the recruiting for Noah, that we are a program and men of our word, and we keep it, and we go above and beyond for our student athletes, and it's created just the type of atmosphere that Noah and the rest of this class wants to be a part of.
You had a ton of momentum. You've had a ton of momentum. So I don't know if the Rose Bowl changed anything for you, but in what ways did it elevate what you're able to tell prospects?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that game was watched by how many million people watched the Rose Bowl? 16+ million people in front of 91,000 there. That game is, it's been my favorite postseason game that I've been a part of. And I know with so many people watching, the fact that it's always the beginning of the following year, right? Whenever you play in a postseason game, particularly New Year's Six game like that. And the fact that we were on that big stage and got to play well and got it done in front of the audience, in front of prospects, has really just led to a great start to the 21 class as well. And a lot of interest from the 22 class. So we feel the trajectory is strong. But the best part about everything we're doing here, everybody's humble, everybody's hungry. We know that we still have a ways to go to achieve what we want to achieve. And you know what? It's time to take it to the next level.
Coach, there's a great tradition at your institution of athletes in all sports, right? Whether it's Sabrina or football players like Troy Dye and Justin Herbert returning for their senior year. You had an awesome day. It's, about a month or so ago when a few defensive players decided to come back. What was that conversation like, and how did you find out this time?
Well, it was as soon as the bowl game was over, we were traveling to these houses, meeting with these families, and providing information, making sure that they had the right stuff, making sure that they were making a decision that was based on facts and not just rumors or projections or whatnot that didn't have much value. And at the end of the day, they love being a part of this program, this university. They still have unfinished business as well as Justin and Troy had the year before. So all in all, it's a win-win situation, and they all want to get better. They're not coming back with an entitlement mentality. They're coming back with a mentality to push their teammates, improve themselves, and help take the program and elevate it again.
I think, speaking of elevating the program, January 21st, you added Joe Moorhead to be your offensive coordinator. What do you expect with him now calling your offense?
Well, he's arguably one of the best football minds in the country, tremendous human being, great teacher, a lot of energy, a lot of juice. He's been around the guys for a few days now. They really have just loved the way that he brings it and the way that he just, again, his energy. He just a great person to be around, great father, great husband, great staff fit. And he knows how to move the chains and score a lot of points. And we have a talented team that needs to be more explosive on offense, and we think he's going to provide that for us.
Quarterback, I know it's a competition. For Tyler Shough specifically, Coach, how's he grown in your eyes from learning underneath Justin Herbert to learning your system to now, at least being the most experienced quarterback on the roster in the competition?
Well, I mean, he's learned from the very best now, and every single day he's going against a great defense. And when you watch Tyler, and you've been here for a couple of practices and whatnot, you see him operate out there whenever he's throwing with the ones, even when he's with the twos, the guy does a great job. I mean, really does a great job of competing, of doing a lot of the same things that Justin has done. And he's been chomping at the bit, waiting his turn. And when he's had his opportunity, he's done great. He has the trust and confidence of everyone in the building, the locker room, the coaches. And I think the fan base is going to be really impressed and pleased when they see him live for the spring game.
I saw you at a basketball game with your son the other day. I know the men's team is now ranked 14th, so I'm not sure if it holds the top 15. I know when they were 11th, it was the only institution in the nation with a women's basketball program, a men's basketball program, and a football program all in the top 11. I'm guessing it still holds for the top 14 too. What's it just like to be around campus right now, given those two programs that are doing the same stuff your football team did?
Yeah, there's a really high standard here for excellence now, and now it's, the goal has been to be the elite athletic department, academically and athletically in the country, and it's become a reality. Rob Mullins and his staff has done a phenomenal job, picking the right people, providing the resources to make this thing just a juggernaut in all aspects in every different way. So the energy on campus right now is just absolutely insane. Like, every event is a big event. Track is off to a really good start as well. I know softball, baseball right around the corner. So it's really awesome to be a part of this family.
Coach, we appreciate you making time today. We'll watch for what you're watching for. Good luck there, and we'll talk to you soon. We appreciate it.
You got it, guys. Thank you, and go Ducks.
Mario Cristobal.